Hello students. Yes, so in my last video I had covered the topic on factors affecting a financial plan, where we learned about how the nature of business is going to affect the financial plan, how the capital, that is the size of the business, is going to affect the financial plan, and the three types of financial planning, where short term, medium term and long term is going to affect the financial planning, where each plan has its own objectives to achieve over a period of time. And what's the status of the company, what's the reputation that a company holds in the prevailing competitive market, and how it is going to affect the financial plan. And we have understood how the finance risk is involved is going to affect a financial plan, where it talks about the capital structure, isn't it? What you have infused in form of debt, there arises the factor called finance risk. And what are the availability of funds, from what all the sources you can raise your funds, right? Even though there are multiple sources, always a financial planner, he has to make a wise decision with respect to the finance, from where all he can raise. Then we have learned on sources of finance, from which all the sources he can raise in the money, and cost of finance, on what I have invested the finance, what's the cost attached to that, right? Always a company, if it wants to raise the capital in form of loan, it looks for the less rate of interest which is attached with that particular loan. And the method of acquisition of assets, if a firm is into the manufacturing, if a firm is a manufacturing concern, what's very important, of course on a daily basis the production need to carry on, for which there should be the plant and equipment, the machinery, isn't it? So a company go for the hire purchase or for leasing method as well. Again, it all depends upon the size and nature of the organization. Next up, we learnt on working capital needs. What does working capital mean? The funds what you require in order to run your day-to-day operations. And always a working capital, it will meet the short-term goals or the objectives of the organization, where in order to run your day-to-day operations, of course the working capital is required, because it ensures the factor of liquidity. Next up, we learned on liquidity requirements. Liquidity is where how easily the assets can be converted into cash, how readily you can have the cash in your hand. And the claim on assets, where if you have borrowed a loan from your creditor, it can be a bank or any other financial institutions. In case if you as a firm, if you fail to make the repayment, then the creditors can create a charge over the assets. It can be movable assets or it can be immovable assets as well. Clear? Than the types of products and services offered by the company, of course, yes, it matters a lot, because here we talk about the factor of diversification. If you're already existing, you're into a manufacturing or servicing, slightly you will take a deviation, you will diversify your business. So when you're able to expand or diversify your existing business, when you're able to move into a fresh or streamline, then your capital of the company definitely it is going to increase. Again, it affects your financial plan. And you have method production, what kind of production you're using, whether it is a labor intensive, capital intensive, of course it matters. Then the plans for growth and diversification, of course, yes. And when are you going to plan about this? In the middle term financial planning, as well as in the long term financial planning. And the last one point what we discussed under factors was government policies and controls. See, policies talks about certain set of rules or the guidelines that which is attached with the term of finance in the organization. Financial planner, before laying down the plan or coming with a plan, he needs to inculcate all the policies which is given by the government. It can be in form of incentives, it can be with respect to the penalties that which a company needs to charge against any kind of under any kind of circumstances, right? So all these factors needs to be considered by a financial planner at the time of preparing a financial plan. So this was the summary or a brush up over the last topic which I had covered in the last video. So today, I mean, like, this is the last topic under chapter 1, that is steps in financial planning. It can be asked as to explain the steps in financial planning or to explain the process of financial planning. So the first step what you have is estimating a financial objectives. Now what does estimating financial objectives talk about? See, objectives, it can be of two types. One is short term, on the other hand you have the long term goals, right? So always a financial planner need to keep both the aspects, both the mission as well as the vision in his mind, and he has to focus on what he has to work in. This is something like, where I am on today, where I want to be after 2 years, where I want to see myself after 5 years. So in the future, where you want to position yourself, that is by formulating the basic objectives with respect to the short term in order to achieve short term goals plus long term goals. So this is something like I want to become something, for which you need to have an objective, right? There should be a proper accurate objective. On that you are going to come up with the action, you are going to frame some kind of policies. On that you are going to implement those plans for which objectives act as a foundation. So the first step under financial planning is to estimate the financial objectives. So it includes short term plus long term objectives. Next one, soon after this particular estimation of the financial objectives is done, the next step is formulating financial policies. As I explained a couple of minutes back about this the policies, it states about the certain the set of guidelines or the principles that you need to inculcate under the financial system. See here, financial policies, they are going to guide in terms of taking action. See, in the first step you have now laid down the objectives. Now it is that you will have to guide to all the action which is going to deal with the procuring. As I told, always the finance is going to deal with right from the procurement, that is ascertainment of the funds, followed with the allocation of the funds, then proper utilization, and the proper monitoring or administering of that particular finance what you have raised, and you're going to have a reality check, right? So this is something like what I expected, am I able to get it or not, what was my expectation then, whether that plan when it is put into form of action, when I implemented it, whether there is a kind of result what I expected then, right? So you're going to have a reality check after formulating the financial policies. The third step is formulating the procedures. See, the policy is something where it talks about the plan, the actions, what you want to do. Formulating procedures is all about you are going to bring that plan into action. You are going to check upon the consistency of actions, whether whatever the policies, what right from the objectives what you have laid down, plus you have involved the policies also. Keeping all these things in mind, you are going to go ahead with the procedure, that is consistency of action you are going to take up. So you are going to have a follow up over the policies what you have for like what you have formulated. The last one is providing for flexibility. Now what is providing for flexibility talk about? See, financial planning, it should, of course, it should ensure both objectives, right? Both objectives in form of, that is short term as well as long term goals, and it should always be flexible enough. Now what is flexibility talks about? See, a firm should be in a position to in order to make the changes whenever there is a need, or whenever the firm is under any kind of circumstances, that flexible it should be, so that your policies and the procedures what you are going to come up with in the step 2 and step 3, that you will have to consider, you have to adjust based on the economic changes that which is happening in the prevailing competitive market, right? So all these 4 steps are considered at the time of making a plan associated with the finance. So with this we are done with chapter 1.